Hello and welcome to Let's Review. Some of you may remember my review of Sakura Spirit. I hated it. It even earned the coveted position of Worst Game of 2014. So, when I had a look at the Steam front page and found that the developers had created another game, this one called Sakura Angels, well, I didn't really have a lot of choice in the matter, did I? Let's just get on with this. Gameplay. To be completely honest, there is very little point talking about the gameplay of Sakura Angels, largely because it doesn't really have any. While it certainly has more interactivity than its predecessor, I would hesitate to call it gameplay. What it is a series of choices. And while they do affect the story, it's not really a lot. If you actually want to see all the differences that the changes will make, it will require 3 playthroughs, but you can really see all of the differences in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your reading speed. But to be fair, linearity is not necessarily a bad thing, providing that the story you are trying to tell is a good one. And is it? Well... The story follows a young man named Kenta. Walking to school one day, he is attacked by a mysterious shadowy creature, and his life is saved by a pair of mysterious girls. The pair claim that they are there to protect him, and in order to complete their mission, they are forced to go undercover at his school. Honestly, I've heard worse setups, and Kenta is certainly a better protagonist than Takahiro from Sakura Spirit was, because while he is still basically useless, he is at least aware of this fact. Unfortunately, from there, the story nosedives straight into cliché. Oh, let me guess. They are protecting him because he is the descendant of someone important. Uh-huh. And he has the potential to become a great force for good. A warrior. No, a wizard. Keep going. And he is the only one who can stop some dark force from returning and dooming the world? 3 for 3, my friend. Unfortunately, it also suffers from one of the big problems that I had with Sakura Spirit. Namely, that while it attempts to paint these two women as these great noble warriors, every time they get into a real fight, they end up in sexually suggested positions, from one managing to lose her clothes in the middle of a fight, to the other getting attacked by a bloody tentacle monster. Oh god, tentacles? Oh, it's the biggest hentai cliché in existence. Wait a minute, you know hentai clichés as well? I know all clichés, that is rather the point. Do I actually want to hear some of those? You really, really don't. Well, the villains fare no better. The great evil never actually appears, and a henchwoman suffers from the same problem with her clothing. And while I'm on the subject of losing clothes, the beach scene. Now, this is not the first beach scene I've encountered. Sunrider had one as well, and while there it was at least partially an excuse to show off the characters in bikinis, it was primarily used for character development, which was actually a good thing to do with it. The beach scene here is used to coat one of the characters in slime, and given Sakura Spirit, I have to ask, is there some slime fetish that I'm just not aware of? Oh, if you look hard enough, everything is a fetish for someone. That is probably true. Anyway, overall, the story is crap. The characters suck, the choices are meaningless, and its only redeeming feature is the fact that it's not quite as bad as Sakura Spirit. But let's face it, that's kind of like saying the First World War's not quite as bad as the Second because fewer people died. Technically true, but that doesn't make it any less awful. The art is still really good. While I may loathe the fan service, I am at least willing to admit that it is well-drawn fan service. However, one thing I do want to bring up, what the hell kind of school uniform is this? It's a miniskirt, a corset, and bloody boob socks. Look, I'm sorry, but where exactly is this school? And for that matter,
What do the boys have to wear? Really tight shorts and a pair of socks?
You can call it an artistic choice as much as you want, but ultimately it just really annoys me. Maybe that's illogical. Maybe it's weird that that's the thing that finally breaks my immersion. But who the hell ever said that people were logical? The music is bland. There's no better word for it because, while none of it's really bad, it's so utterly pedestrian and forgettable that I can't remember anything of it. The voice acting doesn't exist at all, which is fine for a lot of visual novels, and I don't actually remember there being any sound effects. Now, I could be wrong, but if I am, that just shows how forgettable they were as well. So, did I enjoy Sakura Angels? Good lord, no. Should you buy it? Really, really, no. The story is weak, the characters are forgettable, the gameplay is non-existent, and while the art may be pretty good, I would honestly recommend that you go searching on the internet instead if you're after that sort of thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go perform an exorcism on my hard drive. I'll see you later.